There you go. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Perfect. Thank you.
To all media members, if you have any questions, you can raise your virtual hand and I'll give you the floor. We'll start with Jeremiah Oshan.
Yes, Steph, obviously this is a big opportunity for you guys. How much is the 2020 series against Olympia on your guys' mind, and how much of that is just kind of put away and not thought about?
We haven't really brought that up at all as a team. I mean, there's some guys that always have been through that one, but we're a new squad. This is a new opponent. The challenges that we face there still remain, you know, that we're fresh out of preseason and they're a little bit into their season, but it's the same thing every year. It's difficult, but it's an opportunity. And I think we sense that we have a really good squad this year on paper. You know, we've seen it in preseason and training. We know we're good. We know we have quality. It's just a matter of being able to put it all together. And so obviously there is very precious little time to do so, but we sense an opportunity. So this is a tournament where, you know, there's still a bit of bragging rights in the MLS, who will be the first one to do it. So I think we have a squad and opportunity, and we know that, and we want to do well.
John Lupo.
Excuse me. Thank you. Steph, just talk about being at home and how you guys plan to get off to a quick start, you know, with the tie being scoreless. What do you think will be the keys to being able to jump out to that quick start to get you guys out in front?
Oh, you want to establish possession really early on and also establish the pace. I think we will be in a bit more familiar territory in terms of the quality of the pitch. And I think something that we maybe are used to a little bit more in terms of the surface that we play with. I think when you go down to you know, Central America team, I think they're quite they adapt quite well to a bouncy pitch, and they're really good with maintaining control in those conditions. And for us, that's a little bit at times something new. We like to you know, zip balls in and try to make sure that technically we're sound when conditions are a little bit better. So I'm hoping that we can take that advantage. And because, like I said, I think we have some very skilled players. You know, someone like Albert, I think, who's technically very, very gifted. We want to put people like that on the ball a lot tomorrow to really make them chase and run, and hopefully at some point spread too much where we can find holes and punish them.
Jeremiah Oshan.
Yeah, I just looked at the weather forecast, and it looks like it's supposed to be about 40 degrees cooler in Seattle than it will be in Honduras around the same time. Do you think that is a significant advantage for you? I mean, it's obviously a little on the cold side for even what you guys are used to.
I wouldn't be surprised if it is. I mean, for us, we see this as sometimes a bit of an advantage even in our own league. You know, when we have a team that maybe comes from Dallas or somewhere, from Texas, something like that, where they're not used to the slippery conditions, especially speaking of goalkeepers, it can be quite difficult to come into a place like this where it's wet and slippery and fast. So I expect nothing less. You know, the Honduran side is probably not used to the conditions that they'll face, whether it'll be wet, but obviously also very, very cold. So again, it's something that we have to maybe take advantage of. Can we make them, you know, if they're on the brink of being uncomfortable, can we push it across and make them really uncomfortable, make them struggle, make them not want to be there, not want to play? That's something that we'll try to do. But they're a good side. You know, we respect their qualities. They you know, all they're going to need is one good opportunity, and they're capable of tucking that away. So it's a dangerous game. You know, one chance, one instance can flip the whole thing. So we're definitely aware of that, and we give them a ton of credit. So, but we want to dictate the pace. We want to make them uncomfortable. We want to really take control of this game.
Any other question for Stefan? Si tienen alguna pregunta en español, yo puedo traducir la pregunta y la respuesta. Okay. With this, we conclude the first part of this press conference. Okay, we have one question from Carlos Castellanos.
Muy buenas tardes. Desde tu punto de vista, ¿cuál es la peligrosidad que tienen enfrentar a Motagua, rival con el que no pudieron anotarle gol aquí en Honduras y con una igualdad de marcador por goles podrían quedar eliminados? Saludos, buenas tardes.
So how dangerous, from your point of view, how dangerous to play Motagua, given that you guys couldn't score over there and just receiving a goal could result in the elimination from the tournament?
Yeah, like I said, I mean, one instance in this game, and in general, one instance can flip a whole game. So just because people might think that we're the favorite, we know that they're a very capable side, and like I said, you know, they play very direct as well. So they like to play the ball high upfield, maybe make the defense or the goalkeeper make a mistake and really pounce, press high. They kind of thrive off of that. So we have to be very sharp, because if we give them something like that, that's what they're looking for. And obviously, if we shoot ourselves in the foot, then it's going to be a difficult game to claw back out of. So we know that we need to win. Yes, we would have loved to get a goal down in San Pedro Sula, but didn't happen. So now we know we need to win. With that, we have, I think, our game plan. We know we want to approach this game, you know, on the front foot, but it's also 90 minutes, right? So we don't want to just be too over energetic and kind of leave ourselves exposed, because yeah, we don't want to offer them too many chances. So we have 90 minutes. We want to be on the front foot, but it should be a good game.
Como le dije anteriormente, es una instancia en la cualquier cosa puede pasar. Sabemos que es un equipo bastante peligroso, es un equipo que juega muy directo y que busca el error, así que tenemos que estar muy concentrados y no cometer ningún error frente a ellos. Como dije, son 90 minutos, cualquier cosa puede pasar y realmente lo que tenemos es que ganar. Thank you so much, Stefan. With this, we conclude the first part of this press conference. And now we'd like to invite head coach Brian Schmetzer.
Brian, just if you can talk about, if you think maybe considering the scoreline, you guys are going to have to go after it, they're going to have to go after it. Just, do you think maybe they'll play a different way than they played down in Honduras, or are you expecting more of the same thing?
I don't expect them to change. I mean, they want to win the game. It's important competition for them. They rested a bunch of starters on the weekend. So, you know, I think both teams understand the circumstance, the opportunity. So, you know, I think they'll still come and press. It's part of their DNA. Their coach said it in an interview, you know, part of who they are is the passion that they play with. So we're expecting a similar match.
Jeremiah Oshan.
Yeah, how would you describe the emotions that or the attitude that you and the players are sort of going into this with? Steph called it an opportunity, and he seemed very much to be relishing the possibility of chasing history.
Well, eventually Jeremiah, an MLS team, has to, you know, win this tournament. We, the Sounders, our mantra has always been, we want to try and, you know, be successful and win every tournament competition that we enter. So yeah, there's a lot riding on this, as always. I wouldn't say we're putting any added pressure on ourselves, but it's certainly not pleasant. We learned that lesson 2 years ago, not pleasant going out early in a big competition like this. So, you know, we're going to do what we always do at the Sounders. We're going to try and go and play good football, play good soccer, try and attack, try and score, and proceed into the next round. And then on Sunday, when it comes to Nashville, we're going to do the same thing, you know, regardless of who steps on the field for either game.
José Armando Rodríguez.
Thank you, Coach. I wanted to ask you about, you know, the backline for Motagua. All of their starters have been at some point in the last few months in the national team and starting in the national team. Has this been a talking point, and what have you seen from them in your analysis during the game you faced in the previous videos that you might have been able to watch? Thank you.
Well, they were very good defensively, very sound. I mean, we had a very good chance with Albert Rusnak in the first half. I think Jordan had a good chance in the second half, but they made things difficult for us. There's good players down there that are playing for Motagua. What we are going to try and do, though, is try and be a little bit more goal dangerous. Yes, you can credit your opponent. The field was a little heavy. We're going to be at home. We're going to have fans in the building. There'll be a different energy. And we hope that some of those things will allow us to score a goal or multiple goals. And then we have to do a good job defensively as well, because they have some good attacking players as well.
We go back to Jeremiah Shan.
Yeah, I know you've been providing updates throughout the week, but any updates you can give us on health, specifically guys like Leyva, João Paulo, Madranda, Nuhu, guys that didn't play the last game or didn't start the last game.
Yeah, Nuhu's 100%, JP's 100% available for selection. Dan Leyva is 100% available for selection. Jimmy Madranda is not.
Last question with Carlos Castellanos.
Muy buenas tardes, mister.
Buenas tardes.
¿Qué peligrosidad sienten que pueden tener frente al Motagua, rival con el que empataron a 0, pero un resultado con goles los podría dejar a ustedes fuera de la competencia? Saludos, gracias.
How dangerous you think Motagua will be for you guys, taking into account that just one goal?
Well, they almost scored in the first, 10 minutes of the game on a set piece. They're very dangerous on set pieces. I thought their direct play caused us some problems in the first half. I think we made some adjustments in the second half where we were, a little bit more prepared for that. I think we were able to control parts of the game in the second half, but they are a very athletic, tall, physical team. And I'm sure they're going to cause us some problems. It just, again, it comes back to there'll be momentum for one team, momentum for another. And I hope that our quality when we have the momentum can get us a goal.
Bueno, en la primera parte del partido nosotros estuvimos a punto de anotar, pero sabemos que es un equipo que juega bastante directo y son bastante agresivos, son atléticos, son altos y sabemos que van a intentarlo todo para poder ganar. Ellos, como nosotros, también tuvieron momentos durante el partido y esperamos ser efectivos en el momento que tengamos ese momento clave. Coach, thank you so much. Thank you to all media members. This video
Sorry for that long answer. Sorry for that
no
long
worries.
answer. You had to translate all of that. Very good. Thank you.
It's okay. Thank you, everyone. The video will be available at the Concacaf Media Center.
Thank you.
Thanks. Good luck tomorrow.
Thank you. Thank you.